Hey everybody, it's your girl Cheryl.
And I'm Valerie.
And we are the Ministry Media Mavens. We are so excited to be back on YouTube again. It's been a little minute, you know.
Yes, it has.
We took a little unannounced sabbatical, but we're back.
And we've been working.
Yes, trying to make sure that we provide value to you. And so in today's video, we're going to talk about how small churches can maximize Facebook, how you can use it for more than just your church service. So we're going to peruse through Facebook and tell you the places that you can maximize your church's reach for no cost or for just a little cost.
Yay.
So stay tuned. We're about to get into it. Welcome back. We are so glad you're here. If this is your first time here, we want to give you a virtual hug and say welcome. We are always excited to come and offer tips, tools, and strategies for small churches to shine online. And we talked about today, we're going to be getting into Facebook, how to maximize Facebook. And so if you haven't already subscribed to this channel,
like,
subscribe,
and hit that bell to get notified when we have a new video out.
Absolutely, because we want you to join this family. Yes, we're always expanding, always growing.
Always.
So let's get into it. Just some quick, simple tips of how you as a small church can maximize Facebook, because I know you're probably looking around and you see all of these mega churches, these really big ministries, and even we may call them small ministries, but churches that have 300 to 500 members, how they are thriving and growing on Facebook. And some of you may be getting discouraged because you're thinking, how can we grow on Facebook? We have a really small church and our only few people keep watching, but we're trying to expand our reach. So we want to give you just a few tips on how you can do that. And so I'll let Valerie start out with her tip.
Okay, tonight I'm going to give you tips on using Facebook Stories.
Yay, I love Facebook Stories.
So, just like in life, when people tell stories, people get to know you just a little bit better. And so Facebook has given you the tool or the option to tell your story. So in stories, it's at the top of your page, and sometimes you'll look and you'll see stories of other people that are actually using that particular avenue to get the word about what they're doing, what their church is doing as far as events, those type of things. So you can actually post flyers, posters, excerpts of your messages. So those are some of the things that you can do with Facebook Stories. I happen to like stories. I'm just now starting to like stories. I'm just going to be honest about that. I was a little bit shy of putting stories out.
Shy?
Yes, shy about putting stories out because nobody wants to seem boring. So I thought, well, I got something to tell.
You got a story to tell.
So I just started recently putting out stories about things that were going on in my life and achievements. Those are some of the things that I have started to post in my personal life, but you can do them also with your churches. So maybe your church is doing an anniversary for the pastor, or maybe they are having a fundraiser, or maybe the pastor preached a fiery sermon.
Woo.
And he just wants to share a high point of that sermon. You can put that in your stories. So that's something that you can use. That's a tool that Facebook has, and it is to increase your reach. So take advantage of the stories.
Yes, and I don't know the statistic, but it is said that people view stories more than they view Facebook posts.
Ooh.
So like Valerie said, it's at the top of the screen. It's one of the first things that you see. And so if you're really looking to move your reach beyond just maybe your church members or people that know you, putting that story there, especially with an eye-catching photo that's going to drive them into it, they're going to pull into it, and they're going to see what you're doing. So use stories, experiment. It's free.
Yes.
You can't break it. You're not gonna, kill it. So just try things and see what gets engagement.
Yes.
And you'll see what I've noticed in my stories is I often get more views on my stories than I do get on my posts.
Absolutely.
and you'll get to see who. A lot of times you'll get a countdown of or a number of how many people watched the video or watched an excerpt of something from your sermons, but you won't know who did.
Right.
On stories, you're going to know who watched.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I love that, knowing who's watching, who's looking out. So that'll be a good outreach tool for you, knowing who's actually seeing your stories. So use them. You can't break it. Use them.
And don't be shy like me.
Yeah. Or even if you're shy, just push past it.
True.
Push past it and try. Like I said, you're not going to break it. Nobody's going to say, we don't want to see stories from church. Nobody's going to say that. So show them that you do more than just messages.
Right.
You do more than just sermons. You show up for more than just Sunday morning worship and maybe Wednesday. I know a lot of people do Wednesday Bible studies.
Right.
You do more than that. So show up in stories. It will help. I believe it'll help you.
Yes.
And so let's talk about the next thing. The next thing I want to talk about is Facebook business pages. And I really want to talk about Facebook business pages because as you all know, I love social media. I love most things about social media. And what I've noticed is a lot of ministries are going live on your personal pages.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so Elder so-and-so, their church service is going live on Elder so-and-so's profile page and not New Religion, Church of God in Christ Before the Lord, Latter-day Saints page. And let me tell you why that's hurting your metrics. And I know you may be thinking, well, I have more friends on my personal profile than I have likes or follows on our church ministry page. So I want to go live on there because more people will see it. Mm-hmm. Well, when you go live on your church page, people think church. They know you're a pastor, they know you're a minister, so they know when you go live on there that yes, that may be your service, but you want people to be more connected with your ministry than with your person. And the second thing about going live on a business page is people don't have to send a friend request if they want to see your service. Mm-hmm. So if you're going live on your personal page, they got to send a friend request to be able to see what's going on. On your business page, all they have to do is like it. And so you don't have to manage, all of those friend requests that come in. They just like the page and they're immediately connected.
Right.
The next thing, or the next pro about having a business page is that there's so much more you can do there. You can view metrics on your business page. And by metrics, I mean you will know how the reach is for that sermon you just preached on last Sunday. How many people liked that message? How many people commented on that message? How many people viewed that message? Mm-hmm. You'll also get to know how long they watched the message. So if you have an hour service that you're doing and people only watch 15 minutes of it, that tells you something about their attention span, that somewhere in that message they're getting lost and they're dropping off. So that gives you, as the pastor, as the ministry team, that gives you a gauge on how do we either elevate our services so that at that drop-off point, they don't drop off. Yes. So it gives you those kinds of metrics, those kind of measuring tools so that you can up-level your ministry. It also tells you when people watch your message. Are they watching in the morning? Are they watching the replays at night? When are they consuming your information? So that gives you another clue in as to when to do other things. If everybody is watching your message at night, I'm not saying don't do the message in the morning, but maybe replay it at night or do a special study about what you talked about in the morning at night when they are watching, and that may be able to drive your viewership up. Right. Absolutely. Last thing. Oh, I'm sorry, you want to say something about that? Okay. The last thing is it allows you to see demographics. Are men connecting more? Are women connecting more? What is the age range of the people that are connecting? Are they young people? Are they middle-aged? Are they older people? It gives you all of this data that you have to work with that you'll never get on your personal page. All of that information comes on your business page. And the last thing is you can boost those, which means that you can put $5, $10 and allow, just let's say you are in Sumter, South Carolina. You are in Rochester, New York. You are in Miami, Florida. You are in Dallas, Texas. You are in Gainesville, Florida. You can make sure that only that area that you want to reach gets that ad and gets to see, because there's so many people that when the earth fully opens up that will want a church home, and you're giving them the opportunity to see that, hey, over in Buffalo we have this church, this ministry that's ready to receive you. So those are the kinds of things that you can do on your Facebook page that you cannot do on your profile. So I am advocating uses of your a business page. You can always share from the business page to
Absolutely.
your personal profile, so that there are two places where that is showing. So all your friends on your personal page can join it, and all the people on your church's page can join as well. So that is another way that you can expand your reach on Facebook. And you want to get the last one? Did y'all see that? That look on my face? Shh, just a little burn hole right there. The last one is Facebook groups. We talked about this briefly on last week. Yeah, see, she remembers now.
I'm like,
So what we was going to talk about?
groups, yes.
Facebook groups is a wonderful way to encourage community. We are, for those of us that are still worshiping virtually and we haven't gone into in-person fellowship yet, this is a great way to establish community outside of, you can see Facebook pages, as I believe one influencer called it the port, but Facebook group would be like the living room. It's almost like having a cell group, but having it online.
Yes.
It's where you can actually talk back and forth to each other. I know a lot of ministries, our ministry, to be one, we've started doing our Bible studies from Zoom into our Facebook group. We're getting ready to do our Sunday schools in our Facebook group as well as Zoom, so that you can have that community. You can see each other's faces. You can talk to each other. There are messenger rooms in Facebook groups where it's almost like a Zoom inside of a group, where you can still see the mother that you may not have seen in 6 months, where the children that you may not have seen in 6 months, you'll be able to connect with them there, doing youth ministry in a group. So groups is another untapped area that many ministries aren't using, and we want to present that as an option to you. So we hope you've gotten value. Did you want to add anything for the groups?
So nice to see you again this week.
Yes, and we also want to let you know we're going to a new format. We will be here every other week. So twice a month. We had been doing it every week, and we was whacked, y'all. We was like between, and I'll just be frankly honest with you, between making sure that our pastor was covered for Sunday services, making sure that we were doing Zoom for Bible studies, making sure we had something for Sunday school. When you're in a small church, raise your hand if you got like 12, 15, 29, 900 jobs. And so we needed to take a step back and say, well, what is going to be the most beneficial? We still want to give you really great information. We want to make sure that what we have given to you, we've vetted it, we've tried it, we've seen if it works. And so we're going to go to that new format. So every other week, you'll see a video from us, and then we'll pop in periodically, either on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, maybe both of them, and let you see us in real time, and maybe do some Q&As.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Yeah, just some fun stuff going forward. And so we thank you all for just these few moments that you have spent with us. And if you haven't liked this page or subscribed to this YouTube channel yet, do you know what they're waiting on?
I don't. I really don't.
What are you waiting on?
We're giving away some great information.
Great information.
We see you using it, but we need you to connect.
Yes.
That means a lot to us too.
Yes, it does.
It's good to give the information, but it's also better to connect.
Yes.
That would help us. That's a warm and fuzzy for us.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's what Sinclair on Living Single. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, I like y'all ain't watched that, y'all know. But anywho, we love being able to share what we have learned, what we are learning, what we're still working through with you all. And we thank you so much for trusting us to be able to bring this information to you. And we look forward to seeing you all on the next time. Be safe.
Peace.
Wow. I wasn't ready. Was y'all ready? I wasn't ready. But it's always a fun time here on Ministry Media Mavens.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.